Hello, my most intelligent art students. Welcome to week 3 of our distance learning project art lessons. Today, I'm going to teach you how to draw a hole in your paper. And let's look at what we need for this. You're, of course, going to need white paper, hard surface. You might want a ruler. I'm probably not going to use it today. I'm going to freehand a pencil or a marker. And something fun to color with. Markers or crayons would work just great. All right, so let's get down to this. Why are we drawing a hole in our paper? Because 3D effects are cool. I'm going to start drawing with a black Crayola marker. So if you're ready to draw along, here we go. We are going to start by making a diamond shape on our paper. So to start, a diamond shape looks kind of like a big, wide A at the top, or maybe you draw mountains this way. But now we're going to reflect that same shape down to the bottom. That same line, I mean to say. There we go. Now we have a nice diamond that's going to help us create our hole in the paper. The next thing that you're going to do, I want to switch to my pencil for this because I don't really want a big black line there. Now, our top and our bottom points are going to be connected by a line. Now, this might be where we use a ruler. Lining up those 2 points. Just going to draw a line right to the bottom. Now, here's what really makes this start to look three-dimensional. We are going to make the lines for the 2 sides of the hole. Now you see this line right here on the left. This is where we are going to, the line that we're going to copy. So we're going to draw from here to the center line we just made. And we're going to make it at the same angle. So I sometimes kind of take a few practice shots drawing over top of that line, and that helps me get the feeling of the angle. Now I can move my pencil down. And I can follow that angle all the way up to my center line. I'm going to draw a few more in here. There we go. I want to make sure they all connect to that line. And now for the other side, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to follow this angle, but we want to start right here where our last line touched our center line. Following this angle all the way down to the line, just like that. Line up every one. And it's okay if they're not completely parallel to one another. Alrighty. Now it might be starting to look a little three-dimensional to you, but now's where it really gets fun. It's time to add the color. I'm going to do kind of a rainbowy pattern, but mine's going to be a little out of order because I am going to draw what I see as the lighter colors toward the top. Because when you go down, when you have a hole, the farther the part of the hole is from the light, the darker it looks. So we can get an effect of this going down kind of into a tunnel by putting our light colors at the top and gradually getting darker. So I'm going to start with yellow. And I'm going to just color this top stripe on both sides yellow. Listen for the click. And next I'm doing orange. About red. I'll do green next. You know that if you color on the side of the marker, you get a nice wide line. Kind of helps to color in larger spaces. Okay, I have 3 left. I'm going to alternate these blues. Oh, I think I wanted a purple. Let's see, that's kind of the same blue. Ooh, that's nice and dark. And let's see if I have purple. There we go. Put purple at the bottom. All right. Now, when you're looking at a 3-dimensional object, there's always a lighter side and a darker side because one side gets in the shade, in the shadow a little bit. So I'm going to take my pencil and very carefully, right up to this line, I'm just going to add some pencil right over top of my marker. And as it gets down into the darker parts, it's not going to show up quite as well, but it'll kind of give the idea that this side is away from the light. And there you go, you have a hole in your paper. Now, we've drawn a hole in our paper, and that's great. But what can we do with this? Why are we drawing a hole in our paper? Well, I would like to show you another hole that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm just going to quickly make one down here, and then we're going to make it into a project. So instead of a diamond, if we started with an oval, then we could make some contour lines. I'm going to start right at the top of the oval and go right to the bottom and make an arc. Now I'm going to move over and make another arc right inside that one, and again move over and make another arc. I think I have room for one more. Now I have just made a round tunnel. And let's see what we could do with a round tunnel like that. Now it is spring, and spring makes me think of planting things and digging in the ground. And here in Arizona, what do we have in the ground sometimes that live in holes? We might have little worms that help our garden grow, or we might have a snake. So I'm going to draw a snake inside his hole. So with a clean sheet of paper, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start by making a small circle about in the center of the paper, a little higher. That's his eye. Now from the center of the circle, we're going to draw a half of an oval. That's going to be the rest of his head. Now ready for his other eye? It's a half circle. Starting right here where our oval meets our circle, we're going to draw a half circle. And there's his other eye. We can give him some pupils. How about some little eyelashes? And maybe a little smile. He's a snake, so how about a little snaky tongue? All right, now for the rest of our snake body, the next thing we're going to do is draw a big capital S. So start right behind his eyeball here and draw a big capital S. Now we'll come right down to the bottom of his head and draw another S outside the first one that we drew. There's our snake shape. Now let's put him in his hole. So we're going to start by drawing that oval that I just drew from before. And this one we're going to start right about here. We can't draw the whole oval because we'll draw right on top of our snake. So we're going to draw it right up to our snake, right underneath where we started. And now that we know, oh, somebody's dropping something in the other room. Now we know where the hole is, we can finish making our snake. You know, his body got a little fat here. I think he might have just eaten something. Okay, now to make our tunnel with our contour lines, we're going to again start at the top of our oval and draw down, but remember we can't draw through our snake. So when we get to our snake, we're going to stop, hop, pick it up, and start again. And I want to go right to the bottom of my oval. All right, now let's make the rest of our tunnel lines. Contour goes around, and this is a round tunnel. So we need a round line. Whoops, stop, hop. Finish the round contour line. Stop, hop. And let's get one more in there. Stop and hop over our snake. There we go, there's his tunnel. Now, we can make some cool patterns on our snake. How about a nice zigzag? This is rather an irregular line. And I think I'm ready for some color. I think I'll make him a blue stripe. I think I'm making kind of a fanciful snake here. I know we have a lot of kinds of snakes in Arizona, but I'm not sure we have one with a blue zigzaggy stripe. Are you going to make yours a realistic color or a fun color? Not that realistic colors aren't fun. A realistic color or an imaginary color. There we go. Alrighty. Now to make my tunnel, I liked that light purple, dark purple look that I chose from the other paper. So I'm going to repeat that. I always want to make sure that we're watching out this time of year, especially when we're playing outside, making sure that we are aware if there are any critters like this around us. Now to finish, I think he needs a little more color on him. Didn't have the marker color I want, so I'm using a crayon for this. I think I'll give him a pink underbelly and face. And he looks like a very springy snake to me. Alrighty, now once your snake is finished, it is up to you to decide if you're done at this point, or do we need a background? Is it time to draw the garden that he just came in? You could put this hole on the ground if you wanted to. You could color grass in here, make some tall flowers. What can you imagine? And I can't wait to see what you've done.